Hi everyone, I'm Blocks, and this is how you can use Inverse Kinematic in Roblox Studio. Using Inverse Kinematic in Roblox Studio is very easy, as basically all we need is for a rig to, in its humanoid, have a so-called IT control. We can just add that into the humanoid, while else having it selected and pressing Ctrl I and searching for IT control. And this has four properties that we actually only need to modify. We have the chain root, the target, the end effector, and kind of the type, but type usually could fit what you're trying to achieve. The basis of which IT operates is that you first select your end effector, which if you were to want your, let's say, right hand of your character to be at a certain position or trying to get to that position, then you would make your end effector be that instance of right hand. Then you would need the chain root, which in this case would be right upper arm, as considering that it's the hand and the hand is attached to the right upper arm, we want to affect the right upper arm. And then the target is the attachment that we want to be where the, in our case, right hand wants to go. For an attachment, we need it to be in a part, so I'm just going to in workspace insert a part, which is going to contain an attachment, which can be here. And then we can just select the IT control, select the target property, and click the attachment. Now currently nothing is happening, as this can only run whilst the game is active, so as soon as we run, the rig is already doing something. And as you can see, currently the rig is actually aiming at the attachment. Although I appear to have done something not quite correct. Oh, I've accidentally selected the left upper arm instead of the right upper arm for the chain root, which kind of confused the entire thing. So now that if I have fixed that, let's run that again. And as you can see, only the arm is pointing at the attachment. Now this actually updates live, so if we were to just quickly select attachment and move it over here, then the arm instantly will also redirect to that position, which is actually perfect. Now if you were to want to add these, use rig.const IT in the script, aka that whilst the game is running under certain conditions, it'll do this. That is also entirely possible. All you have to do for that is this will perfectly run on the server. So I'm just going to quickly set something up that you can press a button, and if that button is pressed, your character's arm is going to point towards this attachment that will be right over here. So in this scenario, all I need is a UI, a local script that will detect if you press, let's say, E. I'm just going to now use a remote event so that this can run on the server side. And now on the server side of the script, I'm going to insert a script, which will just attach this remote event. I'm going to let it player. And now we can actually start using IT, as I first of all need a character. And now to do this entire IT inverse kinematic from the server side of the script, we have to first of all insert an IT control. So local IT equals to instance.new in the brackets and quotation marks IT control IT dot. And now we have four properties, or probably just three to modify it. IT dot target equals to, and now we need to use attachment. So in my case, that is in workspace, and my attachment is a part that is in workspace. So then dot part dot attachment. Now we need IT dot end effector, aka the last part that will be the closest to the goal, equals to, let's say, the right hand, so that would be char dot right hand IT. And now finally IT dot chain root equals to char dot right upper arm. Now just to make this work, we just have to say it dot parent equals to char dot humanoid. So now let's see if this works actually. So if I press E, as you can see, my arm is all the time pointing towards this attachment. Now I have an interesting idea that we could try out, as we don't have to just use, we can actually use something else than, let's say, the right upper arm as the chain root. So let's say the chain root is instead the upper torso, because I think that could be interesting. So let's try that out. So yes, as I expected, that'll make the entire torso be aiming there, which is exactly what we want. If you were to not only want to use the typical transform type for the IT, we can also do that. For that, we just have to say it.type equals to, and what we can return here is an enum.it control type dot. And now, until now, we were using transform. We can also use position, rotation, and look at. Position is generally just the same thing, only that it won't rotate the individual pieces. Rotation will only rotate it around as much as it can, and I'm pretty sure look at just makes that it tries to look at it. Let's try that actually. Yep, that makes that the front side of the hand is looking at there, because this yellow thing indicates the front, which is one of my plugins that I'm using. It's a front marker plugin, and as you can see, it is always pointing towards this attachment, which is exactly how it's supposed to behave. Now, because we still use the upper torso as the chain root, the entire character is bending over, but that is entirely fine. Okay, so that is how Inverse Kinematic works in Roblox Studio. It is really cool and easy to use. You can use this for a ton of different situations. You can actually save yourself on some animating if you wish, as you won't have to, for instance, if you have a tool, you can just have that it has two attachments for each of the hands, and instead of having an animation to make the hands go there where these attachments would be, you can just use one or two IT controls to transform the two hands to the individual attachments. So that's how Inverse Kinematic works in Roblox Studio. I hope you enjoyed or learned something new, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!